Well, guys, we're officially in the worst Congress this country's ever seen. They can't agree on nothing. The Dems are holding up the stimulus package again. Trump's trying to get it through. He said if they don't pass it soon, he'll do it. He'll use his executive powers and put it through. There's people out there depending on that check. They ain't got work coming in, no income coming in. Bills are due. Trump's going to do a lot of things to help that out too. But the Dems, they're just stalling on every corner. They don't want Trump to have not one victory. But Nancy Pelosi, it's time for term limits, guys. It's definitely time for term limits. And as an American, you need to stand up for that. That's your right. Put term limits on these fellas. These people have been there for 30, 40 years and ain't done squat for nobody but fill their own pockets, living in $1 million mansions, millions of dollars, high-end refrigerators that cost as much as your house. And yet they fight over, they're getting their money. They're getting paid. They shouldn't be, but they are. And as an American, you need to stand up for what's right. You need to come together and stop that divide. You need to come together, get off your high horses, meet in the middle. You're Americans. You have a right to put your 2 cents into the government. It's the government for the people, by the people. It's not for the government, by the government. But these people in Congress have got to go on both sides of the aisle. Left, moderate, middle, right, far right. You guys have all got to go. If you've been in there for more than 6 years, it's time to go. It's time to pack your bags and get out. You shouldn't be allowed to run no more. There should be new faces in there. New ideas. The problem is that these people get in and we get stuck on those ideas and we don't like change. Well, I definitely don't want what the left wants to give you. I don't want that change. And I don't want to be a communist. I don't want to be no socialist country. And in America, that's not going to happen. It'll be civil war before that ever happens. But something needs to be done about this Congress. There needs to be term limits on these folks. They should be able to serve I'd say 6 years or 8 years like the president and then gone. You can run 2 times and you're out. Something has to be done to the Congress and then even the Senate. They need to be all on term limits. Half of them need to be impeached, if not behind bars, for what they're doing to America. They're selling it out. A lot of you people don't believe that, but it's happening. But anyway, I'm going to show you some articles I found today.
President Donald Trump says he will issue executive orders on home evictions, unemployment benefits, evictions, and student loan debt amid collapsing talks on a COVID-19 relief bill. If Democrats continue to hold this critical relief hostage, I will act under my authority as president to get Americans the critical relief they need, Trump said during a press conference Friday evening from Bedminster, NJ. What we're talking about is deferring the payroll tax for a period of months, until the end of the year, and I can extend it at any certain period. Hopefully I will be here to do the job. We're going to do the job. We've been doing the job like nobody could, nobody would actually. So we're going to have the payroll tax go until the end of the year and it will retroactive to July 1st. At the end of the year, it may be extended. We're going to enhance unemployment benefits until the end of the year, and defer student loan interests and forgive interest until further notice. We will extend the eviction moratorium so they aren't evicted. It's not their fault. Talks between lawmakers and the White House collapsed Friday afternoon, with Democrats seeking, on balance, a much larger dollar figure for a plan to address pandemic-related school issues, unemployment, and more. They were unable to reach a compromise to split the difference. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer said that during those talks they offered to cut $1 trillion from the Democrats' $3.5 trillion proposal if Republicans would raise the top-line number of their plan by $1 trillion. There remain differences not only in the overall amounts sought, but on various issues involving the scope of the relief package. Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin said, "Unfortunately, we did not make any progress today." White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows earlier Friday said an executive order wasn't a perfect answer. We'll be the first ones to say that, but it is all that we can do, and all the president can do within the confines of his executive power, and we're going to encourage him to do that. Meadows, in a news conference aired on C-SPAN before the president's press conference, also expressed dissatisfaction with Democrats for not offering meaningful compromise on unemployment and aid to state and local governments, to name a few issues.
No, I don't know if well, that's what I had. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen exactly, but I can tell you that your stimulus is being held up. If you're depending on that, it is being held up. It's in Congress. They can't agree on a number. The Democrats want so much. Republicans don't want that much. I don't know. It's back and forth bickering. It's like it has been since the beginning. You know what I mean? It's been like that since Trump got into office. It's no big surprise, I don't reckon. I guess you could say it's not a surprise. Because, wow, look, it's happening again, huh? Over and over again, this is all we get. But, anywho, it's not fair to the American people. It's not fair to the families that need to put groceries in their house, in their fridge. It's not fair to the people that need a roof over their head. And they're playing with the American lives. They're playing with the population's lives. And while we're out there bickering back and forth about what's good for America and what's not good for America, they're in there taking stuff more and more away from you, holding your stuff up. And they're going to cut that unemployment back down. Trump wants to give it another boost. But Democrats and Republicans both want to take that unemployment number down. They don't want to pay that much out of unemployment because they said it's just an incentive to keep you out of work, that you won't go back to work. Well, Democrats want to shut everything down again. So, I mean, what you gonna do? They don't want you working. One side wants you out working, the other side don't want you working. One side wants you broke, the other side don't know what the hell they want. They don't want to help. They only want to help themselves. They want to get their finger in that cookie jar. Like I said before, if you ain't got term limits, if you don't slap some term limits on these people, then you get too much of the same old, and it just, you can't do that. You got to grow with the country. You got to learn from past mistakes. These people who are in Congress, been in there for years, haven't done a damn thing for this country. Nothing. But this country sure done a lot for them. Nancy Pelosi and her two $24,000 refrigerators, living in multi-million-dollar homes. How they afford that on what they're supposed to be making? They got their finger in that cookie jar, you know it. Anyway, I'm going to do a little bit more news search and see if I can't find anything else. If I do, I'll be sure to put it up here. As always, thanks for watching.